The coronavirus did not compare with 45-year-old Dane Jacob Tage Ramling's worst bouts of flu. It was mild. The journalist, who is isolated in Copenhagen away from his family, was the first person in Denmark to test positive for coronavirus after returning home from a holiday in northern Italy.
I had very few symptoms, and it was only headache, stomach illness, and some cough and throat pain in the throat. And it took like 5 or 6 days to get rid of all the symptoms, but I was never hospitalized. I didn't receive any medicine because I was fine. It was not very bad for me, as it is for many other people.
Coronavirus is considered most dangerous for the elderly and those with underlying health conditions. Knowing it can be fatal for some made Ramling particularly anxious about passing it on.
For me, I don't want to be the one that makes other people sick. So that was my greatest concern, and I think that is the greatest concern for everybody, is that we don't want this thing to spread more than possible. So I prefer to stay home a week or two more, or even longer, if I could prevent anybody from getting this disease.
Neil Monroe, 22, a Spaniard who defines himself as young and healthy, tested positive for coronavirus after returning to Barcelona from Milan Fashion Week. He, like Ramling, wanted to reassure people the symptoms can be mild.
The symptoms I'm having are like normal cold, like a flu. I had a little bit of fever, headache, general discomfort, but anyone would have thought it was just a cold.
He started noticing symptoms when he got back to Spain, called the emergency services, who told him to go to hospital for a test. After testing positive, he was quarantined.
I would like to reassure people, if you are young, follow authorities' recommendations. And if you're an older person or a person with previous illness, then take more precautions. Try not to attend big events and try to have very good hand hygiene.
Claudio Cancelli, the 65-year-old mayor of the Italian town of Nembro in the province of Bergamo near Milan, also has coronavirus. He says his town of 11,000 people has the most cases in the province.
Luckily, my case was absolutely positive because after 3 days of high temperatures and simply taking antipyretic, I have no longer have symptoms. Today, I am well. I have been well for 6 days so far, and I'm working for my town and I play my role as a mayor.
Every day, the health authorities call him at least twice to ask his temperature and how he is feeling.
I will stay in my house for 14 days. I live in a separate room in my home and I use a separate bathroom. My 2 family members, my wife and my son, live in the other part of the house, but they are subject to the so-called quarantine too. Luckily, they are fine. They don't have any kind of symptoms.
Kat Dumaraos, UNTV News and Rescue.